Welcome to the toss for match number 5 in the season 3 of the Dream 11 Spice T10 tournament. It is an important match for those two teams as they failed to capitalize on the early matches. One ended in a no result and the other lost their first match. We have with us here the captain, Mr. Carl Felix. Sorry, the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix, and our two captains, Andre Fletcher and Micah Narayan. Mr. Match referee, over to you.
Gentlemen, this is your toss. Home captain, you would spin, Narayan, you would call.
Andre Fletcher is the home captain, will toss. The call is for a head. And for the 6th consecutive time, it's a teal. Nutmeg Warriors have won the toss. Andre, yesterday probably a little bit of disappointment. We didn't get a result, but it's a fresh day winning the toss. What's the decision?
We will have a bowl first. I don't think anything changed. So hopefully we can again try to restrict them as low as possible and chase it down.
Though you didn't have a result, I'm sure there's a lot you were able to take out from the match yesterday. Anything you'd have told the guys that you need to sharpen up on today?
Well, knowing it was our first game, I think the bowlers were a bit, I would say stiff. Hopefully they can come out today and give a better performance. We had Katoy, who's our main leg spinner, and Josh Thomas, who didn't play yesterday. So they are in today. So hopefully, as I said, we can restrict the Cinnamon Pacers for as cheaply as possible, and I believe we can chase it. Total that they have.
All right, well, Spice Band, we want to wish you guys all the best for this match and the rest of the tournament.
All right, thank you very much.
Micah, you're lost another toss, calling wrong again, being asked to bat first again. What's the mood like in the camp, especially after a disappointing first match?
First of all, I want to thank the Almighty for bringing us here. Well, the first game, as I said, is just the first game of the tournament. We guys was not together for a while, so I think we're going to play the same 11, but we're just going to use a different batting strategy at this game.
All right, batting first on this wicket. First match was in the morning, this one it's in the afternoon. What sort of total you think we'd want to set the Nutmeg Warriors to chase later on?
Well, based on our batting lineup, as I would say, 100 and above is part total for us.
All right, well, Michael, we want to wish you and Cinnamon Pacers all the best in this match and the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, so return recap the news from the middle. Nutmeg Warriors, they've won the toss and they've asked Cinnamon Pacers to bat first.
All right, well, that's the story here. The Nutmeg Warriors won the toss, and they're asking the Cinnamon Pacers to bat, similar to what would have happened throughout this entire tournament. The team winning the toss always ensures that they take to the field and gets the other opponents on the inside. So the Cinnamon Pacers will have a bat first. The Nutmeg Warriors, they have won the toss, and Andre Fletcher has said to the Cinnamon Pacers, go ahead, you guys have a go at it. So let's see what they can do now. Afi Fletcher, basically what's happening here, the way this is shaping up, the Nutmeg Warriors and the Cinnamon Pacers, they're both in desperate need of points because the Nutmeg Warriors drew yesterday because of the weather, of course. And then the Cinnamon Pacers, they lost their first game to the Clove Challengers on Tuesday. So they would need to win more than anything else.
Good afternoon to our viewers. Yes, two of them in desperate need to get a win on the board. Hopefully we get good weather conditions for this evening so that the match can be completed.
We need that because we need that kind of weather, obviously. All right, so Alex Moses is going to open the bowling, for the Nutmeg Warriors. And he's right away on target to Desron Maloney. So Desron Maloney and Micah Narayan both opening the batting for, no, it looks like Shondell Regis. Yes, Shondell Regis. So Desron Maloney and Shondell Regis will open the batting for the Cinnamon Pacers. Good shot. 4 runs off the bat immediately. Second delivery and just in backward a point and 4 runs. Another cracking 4, cracking power 8-4, the very first cracking power 8-4 of this innings. And Cinnamon Pacers, they're off 4 without loss.
Yes, that was outside the off stump, and he rocked back, gave himself a bit of room, and sent it through the offside third in the field.
Came off the bat nicely. Would love that. Always a welcome feel for a batsman, especially when you're now getting in and want to get your bat set. Good meeting. This one was just coming back into him just a little bit sharply. Eventually, it seemed pitched and just come back a little bit and had to adjust his shot at the very last moment.
Yeah, this one got a little nip back in there on him.
Yes. Still negotiated it pretty well. So the Nutmeg Warriors are yet to bat in this tournament. Straying down the leg side. It's penalized by the umpire. No need to go down the leg side. Good movement of the wicket, as we can see, for the bowler. So Alex Moses wants to just stay on middle and off.
Yeah, I think that my Warriors bowlers will want to give a better display in this match compared to the previous game they had played.
Again, coming back into the batsman and pitching middle and just angling back into him and cramping the batsman for room.
Yes, nice pace there, generating from the bowler and just using the pitch there and getting a bit of movement.
So Maloney's on 4. Understands the movement only too well, so he's a lot more watchful now. The first 2 deliveries he was looking to be a little bit freer, was seemingly a little bit freer. Now he's a lot more watchful.
Yeah, as you can see, Moses adjusts his line a bit, so not giving him that arms that he's looking for.
Lucky to get away there, even though it was going down the leg side. The keeper had to go across leg to collect it. It was pitched again, middle and off, and more off than middle, and cut back sharply again. So Moses getting some movement of the wicket after the rain today and some moisture, maybe just offering some assistance for the bowler, Afi?
Yes, it looks so. It looks like the pitch is giving the bowler a bit of assist there.
So Imran Joseph will pick up the attack now from the Darbo end. Nutmeg Warriors really need to show some mettle because they were punished yesterday. They were smacked about this ground yesterday, and they would really want to make amends. So Joseph is heading to Regis. It's wide and wayward and penalized, of course. If the umpire could have called 2 wides there, I'm quite sure he would have. Was very wayward outside the off stump.
I think that was something that my Warriors was heavy on in yesterday's bowling, the extras. So I think they will want to clean up that mess in this game.
It was a mess, really. They were loaded with extras yesterday. They were smacked all over the ground and taken full advantage of. This time he's driving uppishly, but, well, cutting actually, and it will go all the way into the boundary, the point boundary for 4. So another power aid, a smashing boundary. You can hear it coming off the meat of the bat firmly, hung in the air for a little bit, but safe, and all the way to the boundary for 4. Looking good. Good shot from Shondell Regis.
Yes, he was short on wide and he was given the treatment that he deserved.
You could not have said it any better. was a better delivery. Good comeback. Nice Yorker length delivery. Was more leg stump line though. But good Yorker length delivery there from Imran Joseph. Good comeback after being slapped away for 4.
Yes, I thought the delivery was a good follow-up one.
In the meantime, the batsmen would have crossed. So another single being added to the total, 11 without loss. Had a quick chat with the Nutmeg Warriors coach yesterday. Junior Murray said that he knows that his team has some depth in the batting, so they're not too worried about totals, but in the meantime, they still want to be able to contain as much as they can. This time he's drifting down the leg side, and yes, he's gotten something onto it, and the celebration is up, and boy, oh boy, movement off the turf, and a fruiter dismissal. Yep, a fruiter wicket. Good take down the leg side by the wicket keeper. The ball was just brushing through the upper portion, or maybe the glove somewhere. The replay would show it better, but anyhow, caught by Charles off the bowling of Joseph, and Desron Maloney goes for 4 after facing only 7 deliveries. And that's the fall of the first wicket. Yeah.
Quick on to him, he couldn't get out of the way. Just get a fine edge, tickle down the leg side.
And that's all that's required, just a tickle. And the tickle has brought on a fruiter juice dismissal. Not quite sure if the captain would encourage him in having a fruiter now. They would have been expecting a whole lot more from him, so they might say nothing to sip on for you now. Just stay there and relax for a little bit and meditate on where you went wrong, because the Cinnamon Pacers, of course, would need to pile on some runs here, because this Nutmeg Warriors team, they're very deep in the batting. So St. Hilaire, it looks like St. Hilaire would now fall into the action. Nkosi St. Hilaire comes into the action. Immediately he's on strike because the batsman didn't cross, of course. So the Cinnamon Pacers are 11 for 1 inside the second over still.
Listen, even though the rain fell, but I think that we could still have a bit of good thing in it, you know, for the batters.
This one is spooned high up in the air. There's shout of catch. The wicketkeeper has traveled some distance. Wow, he covered acres trying to get to it, and it just got there, but not quite holding on to it. Was just about 6 inches away from him. Traveled some serious distance there, and wow, was a great attempt. I mean, A for effort, and some quicker legs would have resulted in a different story. But they live to fight on another day. And Nkosi St. Hilaire was in all sorts of confusion there.
Yes, as you can see Joseph testing him there with the short ball, you know, rushing it on to him.
Came on to him in a flash. Joseph getting some good lift from this wicket. This wicket always has something in it for the bowlers who put in the work. And many folks would say over the years that it's a batting paradise, but it's there's something in it always for the bowler who puts in the work. Andre Fletcher having some quick words there with his bowler, some encouraging words. 1 legal delivery remaining in this over. We spoke about the lift. We spoke about the lift in this wicket for the bowlers who are bending their backs. And Imran Joseph has shown that when you put in the work, you can get something. He would have loved for that one to be just a little bit closer to the batsman. Brings up the end of the over, 12 for 1.
Yes, Nutmeg Warriors will be happy with this over. 2 overs thus far, you know, got an early breakthrough. So they look like they have done some homework. You see Joseph coming, being different, aggressive at the batters.
It's important for them to make amends, really, because a lot would have been expected of them. They were the beaten finalists in the last year's tournament, the Nutmeg Warriors. They were the beaten finalists, so anything short of a win in the tournament this year would be a disappointment for them, really.
Yes, they will be looking to come back to you know, give an answer back and take back the title.
Right arm over. That's a new bowler, right arm over.
So, Descarte, Shadrach Descarte, has been introduced into the attack immediately. Andre Fletcher not giving the bowlers much time to settle. He's mixing up his attack. In this format of the game, one bowler can bowl a maximum of 2, but he's decided not to bowl out Moses just yet. And Descarte has been called into the attack. Descarte is from St. Lucia?
Yes.
Yes, he's from St. Lucia, neighboring island of St. Lucia. And this time he's gone with him. He's turning him 6 runs all the way down to backward a square. Got the inside of it, but a little bit high up on the bat he did. But went all the way for a power 8 maximum. So Shadrach Descarte has been dispatched by Nkosi Saint-Hilaire for 6 runs immediately.
Strain just a bit down the leg side there. And he went over the short fine leg head all the way.
This time he's gone with him through the offside. No, this one is gone again and traveling like an aircraft. 6 runs. Wow. So, wow. Well, Shadrach Descarte has been sent back to Grosy for some action in that shot. And no doubt his friends in St. Lucia will be asking better of him, but he was just smashed for another power 8 maximum.
Yes, he was short on wide and made good connection by Nkosi.
So Nkosi already 2 sixes in this over, 2 deliveries. Descarte, expensive. Gone again. This time Descarte is gone again. And, well, he has discarded him one more time. Another power 8 maximum. So 3 sixes in a row. 6, 6, and 6. And each one bigger than the other. And, boy, is Nkosi Saint-Hilaire having the time of his life here. 6 runs again of the bowling of Descarte. Wow. Trouble in paradise, is it?
Yeah, like we say, it's a good batting wicket. And once you apply yourself, the runs will definitely come.
Well, Andre Fletcher doesn't look too happy. He's leaning to one side, is obviously disappointed, and he's really hoping that Descarte could pull out something special here. Bad work in the field there. Misfielded that backward point, and another 4 runs. This time a power 8 smashing 4, but it wasn't smashed, it was more guided, and 4 runs just backward a point. And the runs are piling on again, and the Nutmeg Warriors in serious trouble here early in this match. 34 for 1.
Need to help the bowlers out there as fielders. As the fielders, you need to help the bowlers. You don't want to have to be making all this mess in the field, and then the bowler already under pressure.
It was sloppy feeling there. Should have really done a whole lot more with it. Looked like Andrews, or was it Andrews? I'm not seeing. Oh, it was Thomas, Josh Thomas. Back past the bowler. The call is 1, but they decided against it. And a welcome dot ball. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. And Descarte would have appreciated that more than anything else. He's been smacked for 3 sixes and a 4 in this over already.
And you know, Jason, he was one of the best bowlers yesterday for Nutmeg Warriors.
He's drifting down the leg side, and easy decision for the umpire. Another dot ball. So even though he would have finished the over with 2 dot balls, the first 4 delivery would have yielded the 3 sixes 18. 3 sixes 18 and 4, 22 runs. So after 3 overs, 34 for 1. And the Nutmeg Warriors really need to stem the flow of runs here this afternoon. I think this looks like Josh Thomas has now been brought into the attack. He was guilty of some indecent work in the field a short while ago. What should have been a dot ball went for 4. And he's a good bowler, Josh Thomas. He's a good bowler, so no doubt a lot will depend on him now. He has to come back. Good economy rate of just over 9.34. His best bowling figures are 3 for 8, so he can really do some damage with the ball, Josh Thomas, that is. This time is slow and easy single for Regis. Easy single, just pushing it up through the offside and picking up an easy single. 35 for 1.
Yes, as you can see, he start off with a slow ball there. He's looking to assess the pitch in the beginning. He realized the pace on the ball travel faster.
Yes. Yorker length delivery, but wrong line. Good length, wrong line, always drifting down leg, and he's penalized. Another one added to the total. The extras moves up to 4. General total moves now to 36 for 1.
Change in the field there. Push back the mid wicket and bring up the third man.
Oh, he's trying to heave him over mid-wicket, and had he made connection there, it surely would have been 6, but a dot ball just getting the bottom of the bat and rolling out to the wicket keeper. Josh Thomas looks a little bit jaded this early.
I think he's trying to take the pace off. He's not trying to offer any pace.
This time he's punched up on the toes and punched through the offside. 1, they come back for 2, and that's all there will be. And as you rightfully said, taking the pace off the ball just a little bit, because with pace on that, it would have surely gone for 4. So Josh Thomas may be using a little bit of experience and wisdom here, taking the pace off and not giving the batsman too much tempo to work with.
Yes, he is. He's showing a bit of experience here.
So bowling a good line again, and just a quick single. So Nkosi Saint-Hilaire moves on to 26. Chandel Regis is on 5, and 39 for 1. We're still inside the 4th over, the final over in this power play.
Notice that Cinnamon Pacers is trying to change up, like in the previous games they had some dot balls, but we realize they're trying to pick up the quick singles now in between.
Yes, these quick singles come in very handy. Slower delivery by Thomas, and right there at point, so no damage done to the scoreboard.
Now we're asking the batters to put a lot on the ball so he could beat the infield.
This time he's advancing down the wicket and sending him just inside the boundary. A smashing power aid 4. There's a good shot there, advancing down the wicket and meeting him on the half. But with pace, it probably would have gone all the way. But smart bowling, but yet still another boundary. So more runs piling on. 43 for 1 at the end of the power play. That's the end of over number 4. Afi?
I think that was good thinking of Regis to understand that what he was doing and using his feet to come advance to the ball. I thought that was good of Regis.
So Regis is moved on to 9 of 7 deliveries. Saint-Hilaire is there on 26. He's faced 10. 43 for 1.
Umpire signaling end of the power play.
This partnership has yielded 32 or 15 balls already. So, a very expensive partnership here in the eyes of the Nutmeg Warriors, but a lucrative one for the Cinnamon Pieces. Welcome dot ball again. Moses been called back to finish off.
I think that skipper is looking to buy a wicket.
At any cost. He's going to get some runs here. 1 is on. They're going to look for 2. Decided against it. And wisely so. Decided against it.
Good attacking by the fielder to rush onto it because he wasn't coming. So that's good attacking fielding by the fielder.
St. Hilaire is on 27 and Regis is there with him on 9. Still waiting on Alex Moses. He's starting now. He's beaten comprehensively so. I think Regis his head was in the air looking all the way down to long off where he really wanted to put him all the way back over the Dream 11 signboard, but didn't work out according to plan. He was beaten.
That was a good tempting delivery. In his slot, he was a bit disappointed.
Same delivery, same shot offered, same result, dot ball. So after this over, you will hear from Clyde John. Both him and Afi will take you through the remainder of the Pacers innings. That's the third one he's really lunged at and making no connection whatsoever. Probably want to temper his emotions just a little bit because he has gone after 3 in the most aggressive of manners and making absolutely no connection with any of them.
Nice bunks there by Moses.
This time he makes connection, and boy, did he make connection. And he's dropped. Oh no. It was a really good effort. Turned into be a simple catch, really. No need for him to really drop that because he got there. And unfortunately so, it looks like Sheldon Joseph. Yeah, he did all the hard work and he got there and just spooned it at the very last moment. Oh, disappointing. But the batsmen live on to fight another day. Shondell Regis moves on to 11 and Nikosi St. Hilaire is on 27. The score is 46 for 1. The Cinnamon Pacers are 46 for 1. That's the end of over number 5. More from Afi Fletcher, and then Clyde John will take us through to the remainder of this Cinnamon Pacers innings.
We have Imran Joseph back into the attack. Welcome back to your Rondell.
Yes, Afi, good action on all day. I would put it that it's balanced so far.
Good aggressive shot ball there by Joseph again. Tessin, Nikosi.
Yeah, so Joseph really willing to use the short ball in this innings. I think he has used it effectively thus far, and so but he would not want to persist because I think if the batsmen really get a piece of it, it could spell danger. Again, that short delivery, and Saint Hilaire missing out there, trying to get it over the offside, which is the a really good shot to play at this type of delivery, because if you look across, you'll see that he has 3 men on the onside, on the boundary, but not really getting the ball close enough to the batsman so that he can play. There he goes, beautiful shot, full toss on the line of the off stump, and St. Hilaire meeting it and crashing it for a power aid maximum over the offside boundary. 6 more to St. Hilaire, he's rushing on.
Yes, that was well played by St. Hilaire. Full toss, and he was smacked straight over the point, extra cover boundary.
Again, Joseph slower delivery, really showing some change-ups now. St. Hilaire equal to it, another single, so bringing up the 50 with that 6, it's 53 for 1. We're in over number 6. 2 deliveries to go. Regis 11 from 11. I definitely think that he would want to up his strike rate a bit. We've seen him miss quite a number of deliveries. You know, I'm racking up some dot balls, so he would want to get back on ball. Again, missing out on that delivery.
Joseph throwing it wide of him. No movements by him, but just flashing it outside the off stump.
Yeah, he has the room, he has the width that was offered by Joseph, and he failed again to capitalize. So he would want to ensure that he times the ball and really, you know, not just waft at it, but make sure he gets good connection.
Pulled away just for 1, down to mid wicket. Total moves to 54 for 1.
So another single onto Regis, bringing up the end of the over. So at the end of the 6th over, it is 54 for 1. Cinnamon Pacers not too bad, but I still think if they were really hoping to get maybe close to 100, they need to, you know, get a bit more in terms of the strike rate. Currently at 9, they would want to maybe have about a 12, 13, 14 per over from here on in.
Yes, they do. If they want to push the score up and have something to bowl that.
Yeah, and especially with the loss of 1 wicket, they would want to ensure that they utilize, you know, these next 4 overs to make sure that they can get the maximum that they can get to really put on a good total. So it's gonna be Joseph. Sheldon Joseph taking up the attack from the River Road end. Good delivery to start wide outside the off-stump. Regis unable to really get back onto ball, but it was just inside the line that that umpire would use, you know, as his guide. So good delivery when you look at it. There we go. No ball from Joseph. Cardinal sin has been committed, and I can imagine Regis' heart is pumping now because he has a free hit and he would look to maximize on this.
Yes, but I think Joseph should make at least, Regis should make at least 1 adjustment. If the ball is pushing wide of him, maybe he could try a bit of changing of guard or so, batting on the off stump or something.
Yeah, well, definitely I want to agree with you. You have to be able to adjust as we see the free hit. Another extra added. So, in an effort to ensure that he doesn't get smacked, I think he's trying to go wide. But as you say, Afi, Regis will want to keep in the back of his mind the adjustment that needs to be made.
That was a good delivery, change of pace there, beaten by the pace with the change of pace there.
Yeah, good thinking there by Joseph. So that free hit eventually bringing up a dot ball. So well done by Joseph. Regis under a bit of pressure. 12 from 16 deliveries. Will want to make amends.
That was wayward there by Joseph. But good take by Charles.
So the extras moving up. It's another wide. Nutmeg Warriors will not want to let loose of this sort of advantage that they have. They've been going pretty well so far, and will want to ensure that they remain steady for the remainder of the overs. Regis just losing focus there a bit. I think he's really unsettled right now, and one would want to advise that he remains as steady as possible, move as late as possible to make sure that he can get onto these deliveries.
That was well bowled by Joseph. It's coming, but Regis is not picking up what the bowler is plotting at the moment. Because basically what he's trying to do is just push it wide of him. So for he to get back on it, he needs to be closer to it.
Yeah, Regis really good delivery by Joseph, just changing up his lengths a bit and having Regis in a bit of problem. That's a really good use of the short delivery. Again, we see that they did Nutmeg Warriors. They're trying to, just have the batsman thinking, not give it serving up too much of a consistent line or length. But the change-up seemed to be working against Regis.
Yes, it does.
This time he gets hold of it over the mid-wicket region. 6 runs to Regis. Again, you notice that he's now a little more still. He's a little more prepared and not really trying to smash it. But this time he makes good connection. 6 more to the total. 63 after 7 overs. They're eyeing 100, but it will take some getting. Definitely a few more power hit maximums, as we've just seen. Afi should give them what they need.
Yes, as you can see, he finally makes connection to 1 and smashing it over mid-wicket.
And again, with 1 wicket down, I think this would be a good time for them to, attempt to go great guns and make sure that they maximize the remaining 3 overs. It's only 18 deliveries to go. Regis will want to make sure that he connects and connects well. Saint Hilaire is hitting them pretty well, 34 from 16 deliveries, a strike rate of 212, and so definitely he has what it takes and will want to continue with that sort of momentum.
Yes, I think they have 3 more overs to try to accelerate and push that score up.
So we're going to have a change in the bowling. It seems to be Kieran Kotoy coming in from the Darbo end. And we know that he's a pretty tricky customer. So St. Hilaire will have to be on P's and Q's. And still keep in mind that he needs to clear the boundary if his team is going to get anywhere close to 100. And there he goes. Power hit maximum over long on. 6 of the first delivery. What a way to greet a bowler.
As a bowler, you don't want to be put under pressure with the first ball. But Nkosi did just that.
Yeah, really sweetly timed, coming off the meat of the bat. And the fielder down there could just look at it sail over his head. Good delivery, good comeback delivery by Kotoy. Again, Afi.
Adjusting his length there. He went up a bit too full.
So this is the second leg spinner we've seen for the day. Cyrus again, a leg spin, Kotoy, leg spin, and so far they're looking pretty crafty.
Yes, they are.
3 deliveries gone in the over. Facing up to the left-handed Regis. That ball would be coming back into him. 3 men on the leg side waiting. on the boundary. So he uses his wrist and flicks.
As you can see, the intent by the batters trying to press, looking for the twos.
Yeah, good intensity out there. Everyone trying to maximize their time out in the middle.
Missed out on this one there down the leg side. If he had gotten bat on it, maybe he might have got some runs.
Yeah, missing out there. Again, the boundary well patrolled. Man at back at square, man at mid wicket, long on.
Another extra add in there to the total.
So that's 2 wides added to the total. Definitely Qatar will not want to air in that region too often. As we see Regis coming in to strike. Again, the boundaries well patrolled.
Pulled away to the mid wicket, but has not taken chance for the 2 runs.
Yeah, good going there by Fletcher, just ensuring that he keeps that down to 1. So another over comes to an end. It is the end of the 8th over. It's 73 for 1. Some 10 runs coming out of that over. So not too much of a bad over. But in the context of where they would want to be at the end of their inning, I think they need to really maximize the next 2 overs.
Yes, and them being out there, only lost of 1 wicket, they definitely do want to maximize the rest of the overs. And knowing the power hitting and powerhouse Nutmeg Warriors have, you know, they want to get a score up to a decent total so that they can defend.
Yeah, most definitely. So a partnership of 62 between Saint-Hilaire and Regis. Regis 19 of 21, strike rate under 100. But Saint-Hilaire is really going great guns. His strike rate of 200. So definitely a lot would depend on him. Regis would want to maybe turn over the strike to him.
Up in the air, bowler's under it. Easy cut by the bowler.
So there we have it, a fruiter dismissal. Good delivery there by Joseph, a short one. Regis trying to get hold of it, unable to, skying it way up, and the bowler takes the catch off his own bowling. So Regis goes 73 for 2 in the 8th over. Saint-Hilaire is still there, but a really good strike there from the Nutmeg Warriors to bring about the end of Shondell Regis. It could be a plus because he was not really timing it, but let's see what the other batsmen would coming in would bring. As we see John Olive coming to the crease, again, I think the movement here now is to send someone who really would go great guns, and we know that Olive can smack it around a bit, but he needs to settle because Joseph is showing that he has, you know, a bit of variation out there.
But there's no time to settle. You have to go from ball 1.
Well, yes, most definitely. If you're gonna put on a total which you can defend, you have to go from ball 1. And so let's see how Olive goes. Oh, wide delivery again, another extra. So Joseph trying to help the other team to reach to 100. I hope he knows that if they get there, he may just have to defend it. Yeah, but good offer by John Olive. John again maybe missing out Afi. Getting a little edge onto that one. Definitely could have spilled.
Yeah, probably help bring up the score a bit. And Joseph is suddenly struggling with the extras. Second no ball in his spell.
Yeah, it's a really, really bad situation. I guess he would have gotten away with the first one, and so this time I don't think John is going to be willing to let him get away. Let's see what happens. It's a free hit. Extras adding to the total so far. We have some 10 extras, 11 extras in this inning so far, so not too much of a disciplined approach from the Nutmeg Warriors bowler, but Pacers will be happy. Joseph. Again, getting away. And they quickly take a... that was really good awareness there by the batsman. A good hard throw coming in. The bowler couldn't really gather, and they sneak a single. So that's good awareness from the batsman. But again, as my good commentator has been saying, at a stage like this, you want to turn the ones into twos.
No ball.
So Joseph is struggling out there. Joseph is really struggling out there. His rhythm just seems to be off, overstepping that crease for a second time and offering a free hit to the batsman.
Another one again off the over. This time the batter will want to capitalize on it.
Yeah, Olive will want to capitalize. As we look at the field, there's some foremen on the onside patrolling that boundary. Where would he go? And again, Joseph gets away with that free hit. So good thinking, good delivery by Joseph, pitching it wide. I think Olive was looking for it short, but outfoxing him and ensuring that he gets it wide off the stump, just around the wide line.
It was within Randall. I thought that delivery was within the line.
Yes, it was. It was definitely within the line. So very smart bowling there by Joseph. Really doing well in order to ensure that they do not score off a free hit. But again, you would want to make sure that you keep the pressure. You don't want to give too much of these free hits because one may just be connected. Again, good delivery. Olive unable to really get it off the square. So Joseph, despite giving away the 2 free hits, 6 runs coming from his over thus far, we consider this a really good over. Slow ball, and he closes off the over really well. So a good 8th over being bowled there by Joseph. Fletcher will be happy. The Nutmeg Warriors will be happy. The score 79 for 2 after 9 overs. Hundreds on the card?
I doubt.
Okay, so well, in this game of glorious uncertainties, you never know what would be served up. But the likes of Kotoy bowling the last over, I know it will be pressure. But let's hope with 8 wickets still left in the hut, I believe somebody needs to get going and going great guns.
The Nutmeg Warriors making sure that they get a feel right for this last over.
So it's St. Hilaire facing up. Go for one.
Next up.
80 for 2. 5 deliveries remaining.
So again, Kotoy bowling really well, not allowing the batsman to be able to get underneath the deliveries. Quick, flat, turning. This time he serves a short one, but there's a man patrolling there, and it would only be a single. So definitely not what the Cinnamon Pacers would need or want at this time. I do believe they would want to see that ball sailing over the ropes. But Kotoy again not willing to give any loop or flight to that delivery. That's more like it. That is more like it. This one is out of here. 6 to St. Hilaire. And so this is what is required. And St. Hilaire is raising his hands. He's really willing to bring the Cinnamon Pacers close to that 100 mark. Good hit. Good strike.
Smack this one away into the stands.
Powerade maximum. Need a few more of these. And maybe he can have a Powerade drink at the end. This time coming off the edge. Hustle through for a single, so the score moves to 88. You have 2 deliveries to go. Can John Olive clear the boundary? $12 needed to reach the 100, Afi. 2 strikes away, 2 deliveries to come. Katoy. Shot! And he goes.
He's been run out? Is it a run out? Or
Yeah,
caught?
he will be run out. I think that look has run out. Let's look at the replay.
Oh, of the arms. So he will be run out.
Wow.
Olive gone. Gone.
Olive goes. We look at that delivery, and I thought it was a medium pace for at one time there. I thought it was a pace that I was bowling. So Kotai recognizing that Olive is going to give him the charge, pitching that one shot, getting the bounce. And I think this is what deceived Olive, really putting it into the wicket. And you can see him rehearsing that ball there. But definitely a good move in the favor of the Nutmeg Warriors.
As you can see, Olive went early to do the damage, but he didn't get it done because he made 3 out and faced 9 deliveries.
Yeah, I think they missed a trick there, Olive. Some 9 deliveries. And these 9 deliveries, you really would have wanted to maximize as much as possible. But what is unfortunate again is that Saint Hilaire is they're still on 49, not out. Would have loved to see him get his 50. But unfortunately, 1 more delivery to go in the innings. Can they make use of it?
Keep our blacks.
And again, another wicket lost. But good hustle from the Cinnamon Pacers. I think they understand that they got to run for 2. You can't stop at 1. Every run is important. And so the innings comes to an end with the Cinnamon Pacers ending on 89-90 for 4. What we may consider a modest total, Afi?
I think Nutmeg Warriors will be pleased with this total.
Well, with the batting lineup that they have, I think they definitely will, consider this a plus. Restricting the Cinnamon Pacers under 100, they will consider this a plus. What needs to happen now is that they must regroup. The runs on the board, as we say, is always the runs on the board, and so the scoreboard pressure will be there. They will have to defend. The likes of Charles Fletcher, there Joseph, we know, good strong hitters of the cricket ball. Alexis is there, so definitely they have some strike power. But they would need to coordinate it really well. The Cinnamon Pacers, they would have to bowl really well to restrict the Nutmeg Warriors. And so it makes for a very interesting second half. But let me just give you a quick rundown of the Cinnamon Pacers innings. Desron Maloney. We have Kerry on ground. So we'll take Kerry before we go through that. Kerry, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Clyde. We have with us here Kieran Kotoy. Kieran, you're restricting the Cinnamon Pacers to 90 on what looks like to be a decent wicket. What you thought of your bowler's performance?
I thought that we bowled, pretty well. We were, pretty disciplined, lines and lengths today. And I'm just happy that we restricted them on a pretty decent batting wicket for 90.
You seem your fast bowlers especially seem to be favouring that short off a length delivery. Was that a deliberate plan, or was that came out by as the game went on?
Well, every cricket match we have to plan, and obviously that was a part of our plan today, and I'm just happy that the guys stuck to the task.
Restricting them to 90 yesterday, your guys would have conceded over 100 but didn't get a bat. But today, 90 on that wicket, favoring, fancying your chances of chasing that down?
Yeah, most definitely. We have, a lot of batters in our dressing room who are more than capable of, knocking these runs off with, obviously, balls to spare. We just got to go out there and play every ball on its merit and, obviously, get the runs at the end of the day.
All right, thank you very much, Kieran. We wish you guys all the best at this match and the rest of the tournament.
I appreciate it. Same to you.
All right, so that was the confidence song. Then Kieran Kotoy, they have to defend They have to score 91 for victory, and he's quite confident that they will get that when the dust is settled in this encounter.
All right, Kerry. So thank you very much. Again, I was tempted to ask your prediction, but I changed my mind because I know you're going to give me a really smart answer. So we wait for the next inning to see what would happen. But let me just quickly give you a rundown of the Cinnamon Pacers innings. Desron Maloney and Sean Del Rey just came out to bat. Maloney was the first to go, 4 of 7 deliveries. Regis went Cotton Bowl Joseph, that's Sheldon Joseph, for 20 of 23 deliveries, some 40 minutes, 2 fours, 1 6. Nkosi St. Hilaire not out on 49 of 23 deliveries, some 41 minutes, 1 4, and 6 maximums. Strike rate of 213. John Olive came out, could only muster 3 of 9 deliveries. Che Duncan, the last man to go, run out by Imran Joseph, 1 delivery, 1 run. And so the total for the Cinnamon Pacers, 90 for 4 after 10 overs. Bowling for the Cinnamon Pacers, Alex Moses, very economical, 2 overs, 8 runs, no wickets. We had Imran Joseph, 2 overs, 14 runs, 1 wicket. Shedrack Descarte, 1 over, 22 runs, no wicket. Josh Thomas, 1 over, 9 runs, no wicket. Sheldon Joseph, 2 overs, 15 runs, 1 wicket. And Kieran Kotoy, 2 overs, 21 run, no wicket. So that's the end of the Cinnamon Pacers innings. Here we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the response from the Cinnamon Pacers as we take the sunny water break. Here with you. All right, so we welcome you back to the National Stadium here in St. George as we see the response. It's game number 4. Game number 2 of day 3 of the Spice T10 tournament right here in St. George's. And so we have the 2 teams out there, the batsmen for the Nutmeg Warriors, they're out. And we're seeing out there the likes of Andre Fletcher and Johnson Charles. They are the openers for the Nutmeg Warriors. Definitely an interesting encounter. They have to get some 90 runs off their 10 overs. Really sets up for an interesting go. As we see the bowler from the Cinnamon Pacer in Larry Edward opening the bowling. So it's spin starting at the River Road end. Sorry, the Dabo end is spin from Larry Edward. So I don't know, but makes for a good encounter having 2 very explosive batsmen at the crease. Afi Fletcher is here with us, and we're going to take our thoughts. Good start there by Edwards. Cramping Fletcher for room, no room, so he cannot free the arm. We know he's really strong on the cut. Thought about it, but it was just a little too close to him.
Yes, as a bowler, I want to be on point, bowling at Andre.
Oh, again, a good delivery. Not really giving him the sort of room that he wants. Just there about outside that off stump. So good start, good containing start by Edwards.
As you can see, Larry and Andre know about each other, they play against each other, so Larry will have a bit of knowledge on Andre, and Andre will have a bit of knowledge on him.
Again, good delivery. Fletcher just pushing it out onto the offside. Really good encounter, good start to the innings. Can the Cinnamon Pacers defend this 90? They've started really, really well, and so the onus would be on them to maintain that sort of pressure that is being built up. Required run with 9.7. Again, delivery outside the off stump and not really making use of it, Fletcher, as yet. So it's really good going there. Larry Edward has started with a really, really good over so far.
Fletcher has not, seems to be finding the gap at the moment. Keep picking out the fielders.
Again, good delivery. Really good start for the Cinnamon Pacers. I think Captain Narayan would be really, really happy out there, you know, with that sort of over being bowled, no run coming off. So after the first over, it's none for none as the Cinnamon Pacers respond to their score of 90 runs.
Is it the first maiden of the tournament?
The first maiden of the tournament. Good observation. It is the first maiden in a T10 tournament. So I think Larry Edward has to really get a power drink at the end of this over.
And bowling 2 batters like Andre Fletcher.
Well, so that's really, I mean, you have to give him maybe a bonus for that over, but definitely a really, really good over there by Edwards, setting a good tone. 91 needed 54 balls. A bit of pressure built up there, but we know that the likes of Charles, who can clear this boundary really easily, Fletcher, who can clear the boundary, they would not mind that.
And I don't think they're too worried, because they know both of them could strike it at any point, given point.
So it's really interesting how the Pacers will attack. As we see Jonathan Taylor being the next bowler. He would want to really reinforce what Edwards has done, and so he would want to keep it as tight as possible, maybe use the variations that he has try and unsettle Charles as much as possible.
Bit sloppy by the keeper there. First run on the board.
And let's look at it. It seemed to have been a chance. And the umpire didn't signal anything.
I guess he comes off the bat there then.
So Charles is off the mark, very fortuitous, but nonetheless he's off the mark. That would have been a dream start for Taylor, having the wicket of Johnson Charles in his first delivery.
I hope that don't come back and haunt them at the end.
Let's hope not. At this level, you need to take all your catches, take every opportunity, because these two could be very, very destructive.
Wide signal by the umpire adding to the total.
So we definitely, the cinnamon pacers would want to stay away from that era. You don't want to make life easy for the Nutmeg Warriors. You want them to work for everything that they got, and so you want to avoid getting these deliveries like these and giving away easy runs.
I think Taylor will have a task on his hands.
Good delivery there again, Taylor. We see the ploy again. The Warriors, they use that short delivery, and so Cinnamon Pacers, I guess, looking at what is happening, they have sought to do the same thing. So the short ball is coming out.
I think so. I think they're trying to use the wicket as much as they can.
Not bad going yet. Beautiful shot. Well played by Andre Fletcher. Again, we know that this is his strong area. He was just able to use the pace of the bowler and pick the gap expertly. Crashing down to the boundary, 4 runs, bringing up the first powered cracking 4 of the innings.
Which moves the total to 6. This time he waited on it.
Yeah, I think that one was a lot closer to him, and so he had full control and picked the gap expertly. Taylor.
Was that a no ball signal by the umpire?
Yes, I think definitely, Afi. Good observation. And so the bowler has committed that sin that no bowler should really commit in this format, the T10 format. And he's going to serve up a free hit. And Johnson Charles would be the man tasked with getting that free hit away to the boundary. Here he is, free hit. And there it goes. There it goes. A power hit maximum of the bat of Johnson Charles. Free hit. And he makes clearing the boundary look so easy.
Don't want to bowl a man in form these sorts of deliveries. Sail all the way over for the maximum.
Good, clean, crunching strike from Johnson Charles. And we all know that he can hit it and hit it a very long way. And so Taylor would want to make sure that he serves something up that has to have him thinking. Can he do it? This could be a very, very tough over for a youngster.
Coming up against experienced Johnson Charles. He's in a bit of good nick at the moment.
So we see an adjustment to the field. We're looking at Taylor.
Bit of pressure there on Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor trying to keep the ball as far away from the bat of Johnson Charles as much as possible. But definitely he has to get it within that tram line to make sure that he doesn't err, and has to keep his composure. And as we were saying, what a wonderful strike. Big strike, big strike. Taylor giving away some runs, but I think the captain will come and tap him on the back and say, job well done. Johnson Charles goes reaching for one, wide outside the off stump, and not able to connect. Spooning one to Desron Maloney, who takes a simple catch, and Johnson Charles go. The Nutmeg Warriors, they lose their wicket. It's a fruit of dismissal, and so Cinnamon Pacers, they will be happy. They will be very happy to see the back of Johnson Charles.
Yes, indeed, certainly will.
Bit of pressure now there on Fletcher. He would want to make sure that he stays this innings if the Nutmeg Warriors are going to cross this line.
I think a bit of change of place taken place there by Taylor.
Yeah, we have to give him a bit of kudos. A really smart delivery. Charles is not really patient enough to let it go by and has decided to go after it and being caught. So a bit of pressure on Fletcher as Katoy enters the wicket. So again, the lineup for the Warriors, some good clean hitters of the cricket ball. They're here, but smart bowling by Taylor, giving away the 1 or 2 wides, but picking up a very important wicket.
Good breakthrough in the power play thus far. Cinnamon Pacer will be happy with this thus far.
Yeah, they will be happy. For any team having to bowl at Johnson Charles and seeing his back, they would be happy.
Right now they're on a high, a bit choppy in the field now.
So Katoy facing up to Taylor. Good delivery, good Yorker length delivery. Really smart bowling by Taylor. Served up some pretty short ones, but Katoy coming into the wicket, his first delivery pitched right up and really cramping him for room. So good over there. The score 15 for 1 after 2 overs. Definitely a good over there. So the game, I would put it evenly poised, Afi. After the 2 overs, Nutmeg, Cinnamon, they were 12 for 1, so more or less even Stevens at this point.
Yes, they do. I think game 1 right now.
Can they defend their 90 runs?
Looking for an interesting match right through.
So I can tell you, do not want to slip away from this broadcast, because definitely there will be some action. Somebody will have their hearts in their mouth at this time, just looking at this game. Very interesting. Fletcher is there, Katoy is there.
Olive into the attack.
Olive getting away with this one. Fletcher reaching for it. Importantly though, for the Cinnamon Pacers, it's a dot ball.
Yes, I think that Olive will come up and change the pace, give us different variations.
Again, good delivery. Good thinking there by Olive, as you said, changing up the pace a bit, straightening the line a bit. So definitely the Cinnamon Pacers, they're looking to build some pressure over there and maybe hope that Fletcher would play a false stroke.
Keep it tight, Olive.
You can hear the keeper in the background,
Yeah,
motivating his bowler there.
Good encouragement coming from his keeper. And there we go. There we go. A power aid maximum coming off the bat of Andre Fletcher. It's just a matter of time. He really launched into that one. A ball that has served up in his arc and hitting cleanly over the bowler's head. 6 runs.
Total move to 21 for 1. Fletcher makes no mistake with that one.
Don't give him that.
Pressure onto Olive. How would he respond?
That's it.
Good response. Good response.
Good contest there between Olive and Fletcher.
Yeah, the batted ball really in contention right now. Can he close off this Can he close off this over? So far, he has 4 deliveries, 6 runs.
Nothing, run, Bridges. One, one, keeper.
Let's get a single of this one. Outside there, he didn't manage to put it away, but pick up the single.
Yeah, good. Good ball in there again by Olive, just one. So, I mean, this is really nice, tight stuff happening here. So 5 deliveries, 7 runs. He has to close off. Last delivery, he wants to make sure it's a dot ball or maybe the minimum of 1 run just to continue to build the pressure for the Cinnamon Pacers. 69 required, 43 deliveries. Can the Nutmeg Warriors get there?
In the air, shout of catch, but they will drop safely over the infield. Oh man, you don't want this to happen to you right now.
It's quite unfortunate.
What a blunder by the fielder there.
Quite unfortunate there.
Just helping the ball over the rope.
Wow. So what should have been 2 has turned out to be 4, and so another over comes to an end. And it's 3 overs gone. It's 26 for 1.
That was just unfortunate right there. That pushed the current scoring rate up to 8 at the moment.
Yeah, very. The Nutmeg Warriors will be happy with the events of the last delivery. But I know that the Cinnamon Pacers, you know, they would feel aggrieved. 1 more over to go in the power play. Looking at it, can Fletcher really make use of it? Let's see. Good delivery by Taylor. Still bowling in some pretty good areas. He has already gotten a big wicket. I think he would be elated if he can get Fletcher in this over. He would really go into after the game, no matter the result, feeling good.
Yes, I think the captain make a good move by keeping him to try to get that next wicket. Smacked and straight back over the bowler's head for a forward maximum.
That shot just seemed so easy. He didn't get it in the middle of the bat. You can hear the sound coming from the stump mic. It sort of sounded like the toe end of the bat, but still had the legs to carry all the way over to the boundary for a power hit maximum. So again, good strike there by Fletcher, and we know he's very dangerous once he gets going, and so Taylor will want to make sure that he keeps him as quiet as possible.
Let's push the total to 32 for 1.
Oh, big swing there by Fletcher. I think just moving away from the line of the delivery a bit. And so Taylor has gotten away with a really good delivery. That one pitch moved away a bit. And so Fletcher needs to be careful because a lot is resting on him. He does not want to get out by playing too much of a rash shot. Taylor. Into Fletcher, and he goes again straight back over the bowler's head. Oh, another power hit maximum coming off the bat of Andre Fletcher. Smooth striking of the cricket ball.
As you can see, Fletcher is trying to throw him off his line.
Yeah, pitched up there in the arc, as we would say, and Fletcher just stroking it through the line. Easy hit for him. Don't go there.
38 for 1. Current rate 10 and just over 10. 10 runs.
Taylor under pressure. Can he respond? Can he get that wicket? And he cracks him over backward point. That's 6 runs again to Andre Fletcher. So Taylor under the pump. He's really been taken to the cleaners right now. Fletcher is just in that mode where I think he has gotten the sighters that he's needed, and now he seems to be pressing on the gas.
Seems that he's finding the middle of the bat at the moment, dealing with boundaries.
He quickly rushes on to 30 of 19 deliveries. Taylor wants to close off the over. Bin there has gotten a bit of a tap in, but a dot ball here would be a good thing for him. Here he is.
Jeez.
And he has gotten away with it. So definitely good closure to the over. After going for some 3-6s, he ends with a dot ball. The fourth over is completed. The power play has ended. It's 44 for 1. The Nutmeg Warriors.
Yes, as you can hear, Fletcher screaming in anguish as he missed out on this one.
Again, at the end of the power play, 44 for 1. Cinnamon Pacers, they were just at 43. So again, even Stevens, still, you know, in the balance. A lot to play for.
I think the game is open still.
Definitely, a lot to play for. The game wide open, but as usual, you know, this game of T10 seems to favor the batsmen, and so right now the advantage seems to be tilted to the Nutmeg Warriors.
Okay, Cinnamon Pacers seems to go back to the experienced Larry to the attack. Larry coming up against Kotai.
Is that a good move?
Catch it now. One, Jet. Keeper.
Backed away and into the offside just for 1. You can see Kotai giving himself some room there.
Afi, do you think that this is a good move by Captain Narayan? Larry, one of your more experienced bowlers. I know he may be thinking get a breakthrough, but pressure on the other bowlers at the back end.
Nothing.
Oh, this time he pierced the gap. He's been searching for it in the first over, he didn't find it, but this time he finds it, the gap, and got a powered cracking 4 behind the point area.
Beautiful shot there by Fletcher, just getting into position really nicely and hitting it to the boundary for 4. So
total moves up to 49 for 1.
Definitely, as long as Fletcher is out there, you will have that opportunity to score, and so we want the Cinnamon Pacers will want to see the back of Fletcher at least if they're going to make a fist of this. If they're going to make any of their hopes of winning this game, they will want to see the back of Andrew Fletcher.
Coming back to your point, Rondell, I think that they're searching for a wicket, so you have to use your most experienced bowler. So Larry is one of the most experienced bowlers, so you have to bring him in to try to break that partnership.
I want to agree with you, but I want to disagree just the same. Qatar just missing out on that one there. I want to agree again, but I'm saying you may need the experience of a Larry Edward coming at the back end of the innings, just to sort of win that game for you.
Worked off the legs there, just for 1. Total 51 for 1.
Finish go Larry.
So again, good over by Edward. Pretty quiet. He's 1.5 overs so far, 7 runs.
Could be a close one. Oh, makes it home just in time. I think they were committed. That's the whole thing.
So definitely, Larry closing off his spell really well, going for some 8 runs in his 2 overs. And so that in my view is a good over, good spell from Larry Edward. But in the context of the match, one wonders, has the captain done the right thing? Or has this been a blunder on the part of the Cinnamon Pacers? So sure. Jason Skeet will give us his views.
Oh, not sure if the word blunder Might just be the
Right on that.
most appropriate, and I'm not even sure, but whatever it is, we will get to the bottom of it one way or the other.
Come back where it was.
Excitement building here, tension building here, 52 for 1. It's in the start of the 6th over. Now,
Yeah.
Narain is going to be operating from the River Road end. He's turning and turning well. This is 4. It has to be 4. It was flicked off the pads immediately. Looking smart. Well drilled down to backward a square. 4 runs as Power smashing 4
Come on, guys,
immediately. And boy, Andre Fletcher seems to be in good nick here. He races to 40. And the score is 56 for 1.
Yeah, bad delivery there by Narain, pitching on the legs of Fletcher, and we know that Fletcher is really good off his legs, and so that is a cardinal mistake. You don't go to close to the legs of Fletcher.
Narain looking for some kind of redemption now. This time Fletcher is over the infield. 1 bounce, 2. They come for 1. They're looking for the second. Are they going to get it? Yes, they're coming hard. The throw comes in. Oh, it's over and it's safe for Andre Fletcher. So Andre Fletcher has placed his foot on the accelerator. He's decided to pick up things now at the start of the 6th over. So he's already punched this ball around for 6 runs, picking up 2 on the offside now.
Yeah, Fletcher is really in the zone now, and so definitely Narain will have to bring the bag of tricks.
This time Fletcher again is driving up through the offside. Mid-off comes into play. He's down on the boundary. 1 and then another 1, 2. So good flow of runs here now, and Andre Fletcher is in a full throttle mood basically, and he's raised on to 44 and 60 for 1 in search of 91. Is it in search of 91, are they? So they still need a further 31 runs, and they've got 27 deliveries, legal deliveries left to do that. They're well on course. The Nutmeg Warriors searching for an outright victory here.
Yeah, definitely. Narain, pressure is on him. So far, he's been picked off really well. No dot balls in his over so far. So he will want to get some dot balls and build some pressure.
It's not building pressure at all. It's easing pressure because Andre Fletcher has just thugged him around to mid-wicket for a single. And with 1 legal delivery remaining in the over, Andre Fletcher is a signal. We could see him signaling there earlier on, a few seconds ago, signaling to the dressing room. Maybe he needs to change the bat. So maybe he's getting ready to bring out the big guns.
Yeah, well,
something with a little bit more weight on it.
Whatever it is, he's smacking it pretty well so far.
Ryan is into Kotoy. This time Kotoy is playing the square of the wicket. The call of 1. Yes, a quick 1, a misfield as well. So an easy 1 turned out to be eventually. And that brings up the end of the over, 62 for 1 after 6 overs. So, it's not the end of it, was it? Oh. Still have 1 delivery remaining. Still 1 delivery remaining in this over. 1 delivery remaining. A single coming off of it. Fletcher holds on to the strike. So at the end of over number 6, the Nutmeg Warriors are 63 for 1 in search of 91. They're 28 runs away from the victory. 24 balls to spare. Seems to be well on course. Kotoy is there on 7, and Andre Fletcher has raced to 46. He too will be eyeing a half century. He's on the verge of it.
Yeah, definitely good going there by Fletcher. So we see the partnership quickly moving to 48. You know, it seems like just a while ago Kotoy came in, and they already have a partnership of 48.
Well, but most of that, of course, must be credited to Andre Fletcher, because out of that 48, I'm quite sure he would carry the most of it, clearly, because Kotoy is only on 7 and Andre Fletcher on 46. So it seems as though the captain would call on Larry Edwards and make it. Be operating from the Darbo end. It's Tyson, Devin Tyson. So Tyson will be heading to Andre Fletcher. Devin Tyson. And what you would only refer to in local parlance as a beamer. A beamer. It was a rocket of a delivery. Didn't touch the turf at all, and Andre Fletcher wisely taking evasive actions. And when you see the ball coming like that, the only thing you need to do is to duck and save yourself. And of course, he was penalized for it because the outstretched hand of the umpire signals one more to the extras, one more to the total. 64 for 1. And a free hit. And a free hit it is, yes, and Andre Fletcher, he has skied this one and it will go over the boundary, 6 runs. Andre Fletcher taking full advantage of it. You give me the beamer and I beam you up, Scotty.
Yeah, definitely. Fletcher hanging on to that one. I mean, it went miles up in the air, but it had the legs to carry way over the boundary. Again, Cardinals seen overstepping, well, not overstepping, but this time the no ball from the delivery that didn't touch down. 6 more to Fletcher.
And that's his half century. And he's not content with that. He's still looking for more. Another 4 more down to square leg. And Andre Fletcher has raced on now to 56. So Andre Fletcher has raced to 50. He's brought up his half century. And we're going to give you the details on that half century in just a little bit. But in the meantime, he is now raced on to 56. And the Nutmeg Warriors are 17 runs outside with 22 deliveries remaining. And Andre Fletcher seems as though he wants to get rid of this 17 inside this over. He's going to have a lot of work to make that happen. There's still 4 legal deliveries remaining. But don't put anything past Andre Fletcher when he's in this kind of mood.
Yeah, pressure on Devin Tyson. Youngster on just off the under-19 tournament.
It's called the baptism of fire. Fletcher advances down the wicket and this one is gone. It's got its visa. Yes, there was a visa attached to that one. And boy, did it travel. Another Powerade maximum. 6 runs. Andre Fletcher means business.
Yeah, it's only unfortunate that young Tyson has to get that baptism by fire. Fletcher in that mode where he thinks he's going to end it right here.
Check for me.
And he's in this kind of mood. Be prepared. Anything can happen. Devin Tyson would remember this day. Even if it were to end for him right now, he would remember this day. You can use it as motivation, or you can sit in a rocking chair. And Fletcher is gone again, looking to go with him. Is he going to be taken? Yes, he's taken just on the edge of the long-on boundary. Andre Fletcher goes, and Devin Tyson, yes, of course, he would remember this day. He has run all the way out now to congratulate the fielder. Andre Fletcher, looking to go with him again, was really intent on finishing it. And he's going to have himself a fruiter, well-deserved fruiter, but it's a fruiter wicket. Yep, the fall of another wicket, another fruiter dismissal, and Andre Fletcher going for 62 of 33 deliveries. And that's the story here for him. Brings up the end of him, 80 for 2, 11 runs needed, and was a good knock by Andre Fletcher. Sad that he had to go. It would have been really good for the Nutmeg Warriors for him to finish this one up. But a captain's knock for Andre Fletcher.
Yeah, good knock there by Andre. But for me, I just really like the composure of young Tyson. Got smacked early, 1-2, but had the ability to just keep steady. Fletcher trying to power that one, muscle it, mistiming. Tyson will remember, as you say, Jason, he will remember this day because he has gotten the wicket of the dangerous Andre Fletcher.
It was a bad ball, really. I mean, I think Andre Fletcher should have tried to place it through the offside. Andre Fletcher really tried to hug it and bring it onto the onside. That's why he was caught in long on. But really and truly, he is so strong through the offside when he cuts. Andre Fletcher should have really cut that one through point or played through the extra cover for 4. But I think he really tried to do too much, tried to pull it from off to on, and he perished. Oh, a slower delivery, full delivery, near to be penalized, but got away with it. And Devin Tyson has one legal delivery remaining. The batsman would cross. So it's now 81 for 2. 10 runs away from victory. Final delivery of over number 7 is coming up. And the Kieran Kotoy, who's there, he's been very inactive. No need to be active for him when Andre Fletcher was going extra board. It was like a drive time radio show. He was going all the way full throttle. But now Kieran Kotoy is there, and he's on 7. And Kieran Kotoy is going, but it's hoist up in the air. And this spells danger. Yes, he's taken at mid-off. He's taken right there. So the catch goes out and another dismissal. Kieran Kotoy looking to accelerate things has been caught in mid-off, and another wicket, another fruiter dismissal. So Kotoy goes for 7, caught by Edwards of the bowling of Tyson. So Tyson, young Tyson, picking up 2 wickets in this over, and yes, he will surely remember this day.
Most definitely. Big day for young Devin Tyson. He can make a boast, Jason. He's gotten the dangerous Fletcher, he's gotten the dangerous Kotoy in his first over of this season T10. Good going by him. Again, he might have taken some tap in the first few deliveries. Some 16 runs coming off the first 3 deliveries that he's bowled, but responds well.
Had the score been different, you as a captain, going for 16 in 1 over, even though he took 2 wickets, would you have given him the ball for another over?
Yeah, I would definitely give him the ball for another over.
He's a madman, isn't he? Clyde John is a madman, isn't he? He's totally insane. 10 runs required, and 18 deliveries, legal deliveries remaining. And it could be finished here because Akim Alexis is there. He's on 1. He's just coming to strike a fresh pair at the crease. And Narayan is coming in from the River Road end. And he's driven through extra cover. Just 1. So what is required now is in single digits. The left-hand, right-handed combination. The Nutmeg Warriors, the defending champions in this tournament, came in yesterday and was really handed to them. I mean, they got it really handed to them yesterday, and they would have had a huge task on their hands, looking for what would have been like 128 runs, I think. And most folks would say they were saved by the rain, because it would have been a really huge task for them, but they've bounced back nicely. And it's kind of sloppy in the field today. They were still, but was able to contain these Cinnamon Pacers. Was able to contain them for just about 90. So a good comeback for them, and now they're 9 runs away from victory. 9 minus 1 so far. 8, yes, because they cross and chipping away at it. 83 for 3.
Yeah, easy going there. Runs much less than the balls that is needed, and so it's easy pace for them now. Fletcher and has done what needs to be done.
Another single coming out of square leg, just a single to square leg. So the Nutmeg Warriors well on course, it seems, and the Cinnamon Pacers still bouncing around, giving themselves all the encouragement they need to try and see if they can pull out a miracle. That's the only thing that can really save them now. Oh, and was played through the inside. It looked as buys. Yes, it didn't touch anything, and the keeper was up and immediately drifted down the leg side and just clipping the pads on the way, and 4 buys signal. So only 3 runs needed now for victory, and the extras total moves up to 8. It wouldn't make a difference now, really, because not even one miracle can save the Cinnamon Pacers at this stage. They would probably need a bag of them. And elementary stuff now, basically routine stuff. And it goes, and it's gone. 4 runs, and that's it. That's the end of it. A smashing power 8-4, cracking power 8-4, or 6 it is actually. Power 8 maximum to bring up the victory for the Nutmeg Warriors. They needed this victory, at least if it was only for a mental satisfaction more than anything else. They needed this victory, and so they've got the victory over the Cinnamon Pacers. The Nutmeg Warriors winning by 7 wickets. The Cinnamon Pacers going down by 7 wickets. Andre Fletcher, of course, with a huge score of 62 of 33 deliveries, a strike rate of 187. And he stayed there for just over half an hour, 31 minutes really. But it was a well-played 62 by Andre Fletcher. That was all there was really. Everything else was elementary in single digits. 7 for Johnson Charles, who went in a very disappointing form really. Kieran Kotoy, 7. And Akim Alexis, he's not out on 3. And Descarte, not out on 7. And that's the story for the bowling. Well, no one was more expensive than Jonathan Taylor, even though he picked up the 1 wicket. I think it was the 1 wicket of Johnson Charles, but he went for 33 off his 2 overs, 20 of the 2 overs for Narain, and 8 of the 2 overs for Larry Edwards, the most economical of the bowlers. 2 wickets being picked up by Jonathan Taylor for his 33. No, 1 wicket actually being picked up. The other 2 wickets went to Devon Tyson, picking up Andre Fletcher and Kieran Kotoy. And that's the story. That's the tale of the tape for the Nutmeg Warriors winning here this afternoon.
Yeah, good win for the Warriors. They were definitely will be in good spirits. Pulling out their first victory. Yesterday they might have thought it unfortunate that they could not have really, show the depth of their batting. But today they've come out and they've showed that, they have the depth of batting. They've actually won this with 2 overs to spare. And so they're showing that, maybe a score of 128 may not have been too tough for them, but one only wonders, what could have happened. It's all in the past. They've taken their 2 points. They've taken the points that they need to get on the board. And so definitely they would be in good spirits going in this afternoon. Cinnamon Pacers will feel aggrieved. They would want to ensure that they get some sort of a win, some sort of a momentum. That winning attitude is a good attitude to have. It's something that is contagious. And so they will want to make sure that they get some sort of a win and some kind of redemption from here on in.
Yeah, they would need it more than anything else because they've now entered the loss column with 2 losses, 1 on Tuesday and 1 today. The Nutmeg Warriors obviously enter the winners column, with 1 win and 1 draw. So they would feel, yes, a little bit disappointed, the Cinnamon Pacers, because they're leading in the loss column now with 2 losses. So that's the story. We've got a presentation coming up because, of course, we're going to be heading down on the field in just a little bit. But basically, what we can do is give you a quick run through of what we can expect tomorrow, the 29th, on match day 4. The 28th. Tomorrow's the 28th. Match day 4, the 28th. The Cinnamon Pacers, they will be in action again tomorrow against the Bayleaf Blasters. That's our first encounter, which will start at noon. And then the Saffron Strikers will face up against the Clove Challengers at around 2:30. So those are the 2 matches for match day number 4. In matches 8 and 9, the Cinnamon Pacers coming up against the Bayleaf Blasters, and the Saffron Strikers will face off against the Clove Challengers. What we can also tell you is that the Clove Challengers, of course, they have already picked up a win. Yes, they picked up 2 wins actually. 2 wins for the Clove Challengers, and they're in action tomorrow. So the Clove Challengers with a win tomorrow will take a commanding 3-win lead, and anything is possible after that. Kerry is down on the ground with us. He's not totally ready yet, but they're sorting out for the Power Aid presentation that's coming up in just a little bit. Let's look quickly at the bowlers. I mean, I am still holding on to the fact that young
Tyson.
Yeah, I mean, it was his foot. I've never seen him before.
Yeah, well, Tyson is under 19, one of our under 19 players. Just concluded the win was under 19 tournament. I'm not sure that he did as well as he wanted to, but here he has come back and put up his hand to bowl and to really be in this T10 tournament, which could be a very tough tournament for a youngster. But I think he has the composure, he has what it takes, and so definitely it's a good avenue for them to show what they're made of.
He wasn't showing to be too penetrative in his bowling, but I think a lot of the credit had to go to the captain, who really and truly set the field nicely for him, because he was being smacked around really, and credit to his captain, who really that's Narayan, who really set the field of realizing what was happening and set the field for him. So good credit there to Narayan, some good captain work. All right, it looks as if we're ready to go downstairs now, because Kerry's there and he's got players, he's got officials, and more importantly, he's got Power Aid. Kerry, take it, it's yours.
Thank you very much, Jason. We here at the post-match ceremony presentation where we recognize some of the outstanding performers in this match. And we'd like to start with the most economic bowlers. We have 2 bowlers who would have bowled 2 overs, no maiden, none for 8, or conceded 8 runs of the 2 overs. I'm going at an economic rate of 4 runs and over. Larry Edward did pick up a wicket off his countrymate Johnson Charles. No, sorry. No wickets, right? Finished wicketless, but good spell. 2 overs, no maiden, none for 8. And we'd like to ask one of our parish reps, Isaiah Thomas Peters, to make the presentation, first of all, to Larry Edward. And Larry also had a special distinction today of bowling the first maiden over for the tournament. He bowled the first over of the second inning, bowling to Spiceman. So we'd like Isaiah to make the presentation. And then the second one too. Before you go, Larry, just have a word with you. And then we'll ask Isaiah to make the second presentation to Alex Moses. Larry, I think it would be your performance today, even though you finished on the losing side. But bowling and maiden in the first over of the match, what was that like?
Firstly, I just want to thank God, in these situations, So, we're going into this game. We know it's a tough game, It's against Spiceman, a very hard-hitting guy. So, this morning we had a little chat there this afternoon. And, we were thinking of who's going to bowl the first over. Then I told the skipper, I'll bowl it, because I believe it's either I get Fletcher out, or he hit me. But then, look, when I saw him batting and stuff, they started batting a little bit more, conservative and stuff like that. So I realized his plan. So then I just tried to bowl the right line and length, and then I guess it worked out in my favor.
All right, well, Larry, you guys would have finished on the losing entity, but I'm sure you will regroup and come back better for the next match.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Larry, congratulations on your performance. And then we turn our attention now to the Power Aid top striker in the match for hitting 6 sixes in this match, the most sixes in the match. And we'll ask Rupert Holas, one of our umpires, to make the presentation to Andre Spiceman Fletcher. And as he's there, we'll also like to ask him to make the presentation as for the player of the match for 62 runs to help his team to victory. Andre Spiceman Fletcher continues to dominate in the Spice Island T10 tournament. Spiceman, first victory under the belt for City must felt good.
Of course, it's a good feeling. Our second game, first game got washed out, but it's good to be on the winning side, and we just have to build from strength to strength.
You seem to have gotten, the wickets seem to have gotten better as the day went on, and you really would have entertained the fans here with some big hitting.
I wouldn't say so. The wicket was a bit tacky on the slower side, but I improvised, used my experience. As you all saw, the first over Larry bowl, which was a maiden, didn't want it to take any, unnecessary risk, because I know I can make up in the back end, and, it's good that I can carry my team right through.
Today, you'd also seen a better bowling performance from your guys, so I'm sure as a captain, being quite happy to see that your bowlers would have responded quite well today.
Yeah, for sure. We bowl in good areas. We had a plan. They stuck with the plan, and that is all I asked for. And I just hoping that the bowlers can, continue where they left off. Once we can restrict the batting team for less than 120, 130 with the power hitting that we have, I believe as a batting unit we can get that score.
Well, Andre, congratulations on your individual and team performance today, and we look forward to seeing much more from you guys in the rest of the tournament.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, so Jason, that was the presentation ceremony. Quite happy and elated Captain Andre Fletcher. And even though Larry Edward would have finished on the losing side today, he certainly would have been excited by his individual performance.
Yeah, well, we all know what Spiceman is capable of, and boy, did he show it off today and show it off in good form. So that's the tale of the tape right here at the National Stadium. The Nutmeg Warriors coming out on top, winning by 7 wickets over the Cinnamon Pacers. Clyde John, some final words from you, and then when we come back, we wrap.
Yeah, really good, exciting game today. Unfortunately, the Cinnamon Pacers, they're on the losing end. One really hopes that they could get into the contest, have a win under the belt. They have some exciting players that we have not seen the best of them as yet. So hopefully the next game coming up, they may get that opportunity, to really showcase what they're made of. But again, the Nutmeg Warriors doing really well. I'm coming back from that washed out game, ensuring that everyone gets a preview as to the sort of strike power that they have. And we've seen it on display. Charles didn't get off, but Fletcher, who we know is able to get off, has done the job. Hopefully somebody else could raise their hand next game and the team can go on and continue to win.
Sounds like a plan, and that's it basically from us here at the National Stadium. We had some good weather today, interrupted slightly for a brief moment by rain, and our weather forecast is predicting that we're going to have some sunshine tomorrow, punctuated by a little bit of rain, but nothing too much to worry about, which makes it a good day for cricket tomorrow. Be sure to join us because we will be here, and we'll be waiting for you. 2 exciting matches tomorrow, as we say. The Cinnamon Pacers, who lost today, they will be in action against the Bayleaf Blasters tomorrow in the first encounter starting at noon. And then the Saffron Strikers will face off against the Clove Challengers starting at 2:30. Sure to join us then because we will be here. Until then, have yourselves a great evening. It's a bye for us, bye for now from us at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you roll me, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.